It is election week in British Columbia, and we have to make a big decision about who we want to lead our beautiful province for the next little while. Now, I'm going to stay in my lane and just share with you what the two top parties are suggesting in terms of housing. And if that is something that plays into your decision making, you'll know exactly which way to go. I'm AJ Hazzi, the CEO of Vantage West Realty here in Kelowna. Housing is one of the biggest issues that we're facing here in BC, and with the election just around the corner, both the NDP and the BC Conservatives are putting forward their plans to fix it. But here's the thing, will any of these solutions actually make a difference for you? Today we're going to dig into what each party is promising, and I'll break it down side by side so you can figure out these issues and whether or not they will truly impact our housing market or just keep us in the same spot. So this is really a matter of the NDP versus the BC Conservatives at this point. And a side-by-side comparison will reveal that the NDP has made it clear they want to curb speculation in the market. They're talking about raising taxes on foreign buyers, property speculators, and anyone flipping homes for profit. This includes extending the speculation tax and the flipping tax, along with a host of others like the property purchase tax and vacancy tax. Their goal is to slow down the investment side of real estate, hoping this will cool prices and keep homes affordable for everyday British Columbians. The NDP is pushing hard for social and affordable housing. They're talking about creating programs where first-time homebuyers pay only 60% of their home up front, and with the other 40% covered by the government until they sell after 25 years. They also plan to expand rental assistance for low-income tenants and encourage municipalities to build even more affordable units. They're also proposing higher energy efficient standards and now accessibility rules that would make all new homes handicap accessible. This sounds great for sustainability and inclusion, but let's be real, it will drive up the cost of construction, and developers might shy away from building these units or have to pass those costs on to the consumer. Now let's look at the BC Conservative Party. They're trying to cut the red tape and the bureaucracy. The Conservatives have a completely different approach to the NDP. They want to slash the red tape that's holding back development. Under their plan, rezoning and development permits would have strict deadlines, 6 months for rezoning and 3 months for building permits. If local governments don't meet those timelines, the province steps in, and it's all about speeding things up and making it easier for builders to bring homes to market. Now, there are tax incentives instead of more taxes. While the NDP is focused on adding taxes, the Conservatives want to cut them. They're proposing to remove the property transfer tax on primary residences and introduce the Rustad rebate, which would provide tax relief on things like rent and mortgage interest. Their goal is to make owning and living in homes more affordable by reducing the financial burden on buyers and renters. They're also bringing some encouraging rental housing development options as well. The Conservatives are pushing for more rental housing by reviving old tax incentives for developers. They want to bring back the multi-unit residential building program, or MERB, which was successful in the past, to encourage long-term rental housing development. They also plan to unlock land outside of the agricultural land reserve for new housing developments, increasing supply in these high demand areas. Well, here's the reality. The NDP's approach, with all of the extra taxes and regulations, is aimed at making housing more affordable, but the downside is the more you regulate and the more you tax, the harder it becomes for developers to build new homes. You risk shrinking supply even further, which can keep prices high. On the other hand, the Conservatives are focused on letting the private sector do its thing and cutting the red tape and offering tax incentives, thereby helping to stimulate construction and bring more homes onto the market faster. This sounds like a great opportunity if you're looking for more supply and lower prices in the long run, but will it really address affordability right now? Here's the kicker. Neither approach is perfect. We really need a balanced plan that encourages smart development, reduces the bureaucratic costs, and makes it easier for people to buy and rent without crippling taxes or unnecessary delays. Most people don't realize that about 30% of the cost in a new home, particularly in Vancouver and in BC, is all government red tape and fees. You won't be able to make the construction goods cheaper. We're not likely to get less expensive labor. And so that end cost, that 30% that's currently wrapped up in bureaucracy, is where those gains can be made. If it's not profitable for developers to bring properties to market, they simply will not. They are not in the business of losing money. And so it has to come from somewhere. Either these new costs are passed to the consumer, or properties don't get built, which is what we're seeing right now in the market. In the end, it's not just about how many homes we build. It's about building the right homes in the right places at the right price and at the right time. So that's the breakdown on what's being promised by both the NDP and the BC Conservative Party. The choice is yours, but one thing is for sure, whichever party gets in, the decisions that they make will have a huge impact on all of us in the real estate market and for generations to come. So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions about how any of these policies might affect you, please feel free to reach out. You can send us a direct message, an email, a call, a text, carrier pigeon, doesn't matter. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more insights on the BC housing market.